Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Uncle Bruce here, Stock Markets with Bruce, with an update on GameStop. First thing this morning, April the 5th, 2021, Monday morning. The company from Grapevine, Texas has made a couple of announcements and it is shaking up the market. It'll be an interesting day to see what happens. Number one, GameStop is going to raise money. Finally, they're going to raise some money. I have been begging this company to raise money now for months, and they're finally going to do it. The company has announced they're going to attempt to sell up to a maximum of 3.5 million shares of GameStop. And the maximum amount of cash they will bring in is $1 billion. The stock will be offered through Jefferies and Co, which is their lead brokerage firm. And this offering will be at what they call at-the-market offerings. What does this mean to shareholders and the company? Simply this. The company can issue stock into the marketplace at their choosing. They don't have to sell the stock to anyone at a set price. If they feel that the market price is too low, they can wait. If they feel that the shares are under pressure from short sellers, they can hold off and not issue the stock whatsoever. Ryan Cohen and his team will raise additional cash here to help in what they call the transition of the company into an e-commerce platform. While this is going on, they just announced a couple of other results. They mentioned that in February, compared to the February the year before, their sales were up 5.3%. Now that's significant because a year ago, February, the company was still operating all of their stores. They had not had any shutdowns yet. So comparing one year to the next with regards to sales, they're up 5.3% in numbers. For March, the numbers were up 18%, but that did reflect the fact that a year ago, stores were being shut down all over the place. This year, many more stores are open. I don't know if any stores are shut down at the moment, except for the stores that they've let go. So the company's sales are rising, and the company's decided to raise cash. Again, for shareholders, this means, in one sense, people go, oh gosh, no, this is terrible. It's going to be dilutive. They're going to issue 5% of the company shares. I say bring it on. There's probably, between all of the hedge funds out there who are shorting this stock and all the failure to deliver stock certificates and all of the indirect shorting going on via the options market, the street needs a ton of stock. Tens of millions of shares are needed by the street. The bad news is the company is only offering 3.5 million shares. This is not going to cut it for the short sellers, and it'll be interesting to see how Jefferies plays this angle, because knowing that 3.5 million shares are available to be scooped up from the treasury of the company could alleviate some of the short selling issues that are out there for some of the firms that are short a ton of paper. The company doesn't seem to be in a mega hurry to sell these shares, and they really shouldn't be, because they did have over $600 million cash on hand at the end of their year end. So the company is actually in a control position to say, we'll feed out the stock, but we're not going to allow the stock to be dropped in value at the same time. It'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. At the pre-market this morning, the shares have been as low as 157, as high as 195, and the markets are jumping back and forth, trying to determine whether the shares should go lower or even perhaps go higher. I'm quite curious to see if Jefferies holds a bit of let's call it an unofficial Dutch auction or an unofficial auction for the stock, where they take expressions of interest from potential buyers for stock, add up how many shares are wanted, and then decide at what price to offer them at. If the word comes out that 20 million are needed, for example, but only 3.5 are available, this offering isn't going to be done at 158 or 160 or $185 a share. I mean, this offering could be done at much higher prices. It'll also be interesting to see how many firms approach Jefferies for stock, to kind of give all of us on the outside world here an indication just how many shares are needed by these broker-dealers through their clients' accounts. Are we talking about 10 million want it, 30 million want it, 60 million want it. How many millions of shares are needed to cover the books of these hedge funds that have been trying to play this market, short it, either through short sales or through indirect short sales? This is all going to come out, I think, in the next week or so. And if I were at GameStop, I would tell these guys, take your sweet time to offer this stock. Don't be in a hurry. There's no need to raise it quickly. Let's see what the expression of the street is. Dangle it out there for a bit and tease them with the fact that, yeah, we can help you with 3.5 million of your problems, but we can't help you with all your problems. In the meantime, the company will raise 5 to 800 million and maybe $1 billion in cash, making him much cash richer and more valuable, which in the long run is good for all shareholders. We'll stay on the story, everybody. Thanks for joining me today, and we'll see you in the markets. Bye for now.